Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We are not going to be playing Hexadome. We are going to be playing a little Warhammer Rogue Trader in the Warhammer 40k universe. This is a computer RPG. We just started this last night, our playthrough. This is part of the Grim Darkness Challenge. But before we get to that, I just wanted to mention something and just kind of a couple of housekeeping things, if we will. First off, I gotta tell you about Hexadome. So Hexadome, this is a smaller game. It's a 1v1 turn-based tactics game. I highly enjoy it. You can see in the beta testing, they've only done this twice, and I've already almost got 100 hours in it. But the thing I want to tell you about is not related to this game. I'm not trying to do an ad for the game. Kind of am, but in a different way than you probably think. This game, we had an issue with this, right? So I was going to stream Ashes of Creation earlier. They pushed the time back till about now, and so we hopped into Hexadome to play some. I had two crashes, like hard crashes, and I went to their Discord and I let them know what was going on, and then I gave them really bad data, but I linked them the stream, and they looked at it, and I was like, I crashed here and here. They pinpointed where the crash was, what the problem was, and then they said, I'll put that. One of the developers said to me, this is like a less than 10-person team, I think, said to me, I'll put that in the next patch that they're putting out. And I know that this is only like a week, not even maybe like right at a week, like playtest time, but they've already got it like fixed. There's already a patch for it. Amazing. I just want to say it's awesome. And, it's these indie companies, showing us that, you don't have to have, some of the bigger MMOs I play have like 250 people just on their QA, their testing team. And these guys have 10 people total, and they're already, fixing stuff and taking care of it. So anyways, crazy, awesome, and amazing. So we're going to go and hop into Rogue Trader now. I just, these companies, these AAA companies will only start giving us better products when we start demanding it, and we got to vote with our money. So we are also live on Twitch for everybody now. So if you prefer to watch over there, just know that you can. It's an option now. And I think we're almost like what do they call it? Partner over there. I think we need like 6 more subs and and a few more like active chat times, and we'll be good to go. I think we're pretty much there. I'm like 2.9, you need like 3. So also welcome to the people over on Twitch. I see you over there. So Rogue Trader, we're picking up where we left off. I do want to mention, a couple of people, someone asked me yesterday, actually, I'm sorry, I just came back from the gym. That's why I'm still sweating. I'm trying to cool down. A couple people asked me, when are you going live or what have you. I try to let people know I'm not the best at it about when I go live and what have you. But if you hit the bell icon on YouTube, it will let you know when I am going live. And I'm trying to do a little bit better about kind of letting people know when I am going to be streaming and what have you. So sorry about that. I'm trying to do better for you guys. But if you, hit that button, you'll know. All right. Where were we? So I actually we started to go, we just finished this fight, and that's where it saved at. And then there was like a whole bunch of like RP stuff that was about to happen. And I kind of he's a sweaty gamer, Daedric says. Yeah, I am a sweaty gamer. You should see me at cons. So we went back a little bit because I thought it would be a good place to start the stream. And I also wanted to stop forcing me to go through some dialogue. And I was like, I'm done right now. I just need to be done. So this is awesome. We got level up on everybody. See what we got going on here. So Death Waltz. Oh man. These are our ultimates, I think, right? I think it is. So the Blade Dancer uses Death from above against the target enemy without spending a charge, immediately making a melee attack against that enemy. The Blade Dancer repeats this combination up to 3 times against random available targets. If it is impossible to use Death from above, the Blade Dancer only makes a melee attack against a random enemy target. It could be the same enemy. Okay. And then do we get to choose a talent after that? Okay. Oh man, we got to pick a talent. This looks blade in his hands. Any Blade Dancer attack made with the sword deals plus agility bonus % additional damage. This bonus damage is doubled if using a 2-handed sword. Okay. I wish, I like these tooltips. It gives us a lot of information. I do wish it actually gave us a number So I wouldn't have to like kind of just guess a bit. Blinding Blades, enemy attacked by the Blade Dancer. Sorry, let me just pop this up. Enemy attacked by the Blade Dancer have their weapon skill, ballistic skill, and perception reduced by -10 plus Blade Dancers. I assume it's Wisdom, WS, yeah, or weapon skill, sorry. Okay, weapon skill until the start of the Blade Dancer's next turn. These penalties do not stack. So, interesting. Huh. This seems like a really good defensive ability. Weapon skill does a lot of things, as I recall, including damage and critical hits. Area, okay. Chance to parry against melee attack also increases their chance. Okay, so it doesn't directly do damage, it appears. Okay, interesting. And cool, ballistic skill, same deal. But if we're close to them, they can't shoot us anyways. They can't even shoot, so we're not really worried about that. Perception. Perception affects our awareness skill and reduces our dodge. So this makes them easier to hit. So maybe this isn't quite what I was hoping it would be. Death Warden, the Blade Master's Medicae is now determined by weapon skill instead of intelligence if their weapon skill is higher. The Blade Dancer deals plus 5 plus Medicae divided by 10% critical damage and can use medkits as if having Medicae skill advancement or the corresponding feature or talent. I mean, that seems pretty good. Can you use medkits on yourself? Okay, well that's definitely on the short list. Race Against Death, the Blade Dancer's maximum wounds are increased by plus Blade Dancer's dodge divided by 10. Oh man. Okay. Also pretty awesome there. Rising Tempo, each attack with the Blade Dancer increases the damage of all subsequent attacks they make on this turn by 5%. This effect stacks up to 3 times. Whoa. Area attacks and burst attacks, including the Blade Dance, and any other attacks that deal multiple hits are considered single attacks. Okay. I mean, that's still a lot, though. So that's... we got like 3 things that I want to pick now. That's great. Blade Dance's parry is increased by plus whatever that is. What is TGH? Toughness. Okay. Bonus. An attacker's melee critical hit chance bonus determined by the difference between the attacker and the Blade Dancer's weapon skill characteristic is halved. Okay. I mean, I like a high parry. I mean, it's interesting, but these other ones seem better to me, if I'm understanding all of them correctly, which I'm probably not. Sweeping motions. The Blade Dancer's melee area attacks cost -1 AP, but no less than 1. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I was thinking about this last night, lying in bed. Not because I'm obsessed with this game, but because this is what I do for fun. And I was thinking that, a two-handed weapon, I thought having dual wielding would be good, but when I thought about it with the cleave attack, I assumed it depends. If the cleave attack with a two-handed weapon does more damage, that is the active attack that we want to do. That if we kill someone, which there's a lot of like smaller trash mobs in some of these fights, it seems like at least, gives us more stacks of our death from above ability, which allows us to attack again. So it seems like to max the number of death from aboves that we're doing, we would actually want to use a two-handed weapon. So our Blade Dance here does do an extra attack with a two-handed weapons, but I think it might actually make more sense to have a single large weapon. We'll see. So what do we do here? This one does extra critical damage, which I think is interesting, and it gives us a way to heal, but it also increases our damage. And I feel like for safety, like this is probably the direction we're gonna go here. I think Death Warden makes the most sense to me. And yes, I think we're not gonna overthink it too much. I think that's just what we're gonna do there. So awesome. And then we'll want to make sure that we are raising our weapon skill when we can. I don't think it's one of the features that I most Oh, it is. Okay, cool. That I did try to min-max as much as we could. So that's good. Awesome. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know when we start getting other characters, but I am interested to see who else we can swap out. We are going for Xenos. We want to make some Xeno friends. During Breach, the warrior immediately restores all AP and MP and gains +3 MP until the... I should right-click on all these things to pop them out. Because there's always stuff in here that I'm like, wait, what is AP? Action points, okay, but what is MP? Movement points. No, I should have known that. Okay. Okay, gains extra movement to the end of turn. And does not lose movement points after performing attacks. Oh, so they can just run through a bunch of guys, apparently. Oh, I forgot this is like the ultimate ability, so that makes sense that it's so good. Okay, cool. So we get a similar list of things to look through. We got Contempt here. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against the enemy deals an additional +5 damage. Does not stack, but it can be reactivated after another attack made by either the same enemy or a different one. Okay, seems fine. Desolation. The warrior's melee attacks deal an additional +3 damage to enemies that have no allies in adjacent cells. Okay. Easy target. The warrior's critical damage is increased by 8% against enemies not armed with a melee weapon. Okay. Enrage, if the warrior has less than 50% wounds, that's 8 wounds or hit points, they gain +13% critical. Epicenter of Slaughter, whenever the warrior is attacked, they gain +1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior gains +1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed 5. So you just continually get, so if you're attacked, you get a stack of this thing. You can go up to 5 stacks. And at the start of your turn, you gain temporary hit points equal to that. That seems like a really good survivability thing. The warrior gains +1 damage reflection. Their parry chances increase by 25% of the warrior's total armor. I mean, that seems pretty good, right? You just stack armor, increases your parry chance. I guess parry is only against other melee weapons, so that's not going to help if you're getting shot from ways away. Whereas this Epicenter of Slaughter just kind of helps with everything, but does mean that you have to get attacked and you have to get some stacks going. That's a tough one. I didn't actually think a lot of these at the top here really stuck out to me very much. Oh, I guess there's a whole... Wow, you can go through all of these. I don't want to read through all these. We're not going to do that. We're going to stick with the suggested ones, I think, for now. Oh, what should we do? I think we're going to go with Thick Skin here. Thick Skin feels good. We want to be survivable. I'm afraid that he's going to be a bit more survivable than he needs to be, but hopefully we won't have him for too much longer. Hello, welcome to the stream. Oh, hey, chicken, what's going on? You can recruit 4 new companions in Act 1, 2 new in Act 2, and the last 2 in Act 3. Okay. Yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah, the Ashes of Creation stream did not go very well. Yeah, they pushed it back, and then I kind of talked about it briefly, maybe before you jumped in. But the guys over at with Hexadome, I think they've already patched it out. They took a look at the video I sent them, and I think they just took out the animation that was causing it temporarily, and so that we can keep playtesting. So we'll be playing that later on this week. But yeah, no, things are great. I'm glad to be playing. Glad to be playing some Rogue Trader here. All right. And so we can get 4 new companions in Act 1, huh? Interesting. So I think we have 2 spaces still open from the save. It looked like we could have 6 in our party total. So I guess we can swap out a couple of people. Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is at full wounds, that attack deals plus 14% more damage to that enemy. I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's only 1 hit. So, I don't know. Maybe it's good. Expose weakness costs 0 AP. I kind of like that. We could just be doing that every turn then. whenever the operative triggers, because I needed like one more AP when I was using her last night. I noticed that. And then Tide of Excellence. Whenever an operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, the operative gains +1 damage and +2% armor penetration. Until the end of combat, only applies to the first strike or projectile in a burst attack. Stacks. Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to use this character more as like control and like an assistance for some of the other characters with the weakness and stuff like that. Not necessarily trying to use them as a direct damage dealer. I mean, it's fun. I want them for AoE attacks more so, but then also the Blade Dancer kind of fills that role, so I'm not really sure what we're doing there. I think ideally what we'd like, so the main character that we have here, so Knight Haro, can hit a bunch of smaller targets, and they kind of want to. It's pretty useful. It allows them to make more attacks. So can these other two characters, and while having, you know, a couple characters that can do that and that be beneficial is good, I think we'd like to keep some of them doing other things or maybe single target damage, because right now that's, I think, maybe one area where we're lacking a little bit, which I guess, you know, with the pairing thing, maybe we could have done that with Abelard, to get them, you know, one-on-one, 1v1ing somebody. But just kind of my thoughts on it so far. Weak body, weak soul. Exposed weakness also reduces the enemy's toughness and willpower by -9 for 1 round. Okay. If the operative attacks a target affected by an exploit from a distance of 11 cells or farther, the attack deals plus 15% damage. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I like that. We want to be really far away. I don't know how many different attacks we have that have that kind of range, but I like it. Combat Insight. While the operative's perception bonus is 10 or higher, they gain +1 AP. Oh. And ignore enemies' deflection. Okay. Does that just mean you gain +1 AP? You know what? I think we're going to go with the exposed weakness. There are interesting things down here, but I think it's a no-brainer. We know this will work, and I don't think I'm making too much of a mistake by doing that. All right. So Firearm Mastery. The soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to their... I just spilled tea on myself. Warrior gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to their weapon's fire rate, minimum 2, using the weapon's attack that normally costs the least AP. Those attacks do not spend AP. Okay. I mean, that seems good until the end of the soldiers. Oh, so I guess we're not picking this, so we just get this. This is the one we get no matter what. Okay. Oh, this is the ultimate thing. That's why it's so good. Okay. I'm a dork. Just ignore me. I guess I should know what it does, though, in case I want to use it. To the end of the soldier's next turn, their first attack against each new enemy automatically scores a critical hit. Soldier immediately reloads their current weapon. Oh, okay. It's Arriere Dog. Am I saying that correct? I hope I am. I'm so glad that you found us. I tried to respond yesterday right after I closed the stream. I hope you saw that I kind of tried to respond at least. I'm glad you found us. But Arriere is saying that her range is 10. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure why things at a higher range. So I guess she has some skills, or will get some skills later on or something that might be more effective. That's interesting. Cool, and then the soldier immediately reloads their current weapon. Makes sense. All right, and then what do we get to choose here? We've got Camaraderie. For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals plus 9% more damage to enemies. Okay. So, okay. I mean, it's kind of... So, like, if you have other people at range hanging out with you, I guess, is the... I mean, okay. Just, like, these two hanging out together in the back. All right. Exploit surroundings. Cover efficiency is increased by plus 10% for full cover, plus 20% for half cover. Okay. I mean, that's useful for staying alive. We like that. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by plus 1% until the end of combat. All right. I don't know how that would work out. I mean, I guess if you're doing, if you're spraying in an area, I don't know if each instance of a bullet hitting counts towards that. I would think it would, which would be pretty cool. It says deals damage. It doesn't say attacks or anything. So that's cool. And then Rack of Ruin. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains 18% more damage for their next attack in the current combat. Okay. So I guess that's, I guess if you use your kind of spray attack, you could easily hit 3 different enemies, and then you could switch and do, it says next attack. We went over this yesterday. I think attack means, I think like if you spray again, you would do 18% more damage. That seems pretty powerful. This might be the pick we go for. Rapid reload, reduce the cost of reloading. I don't think this has been a problem so far. We've had extra AP to do that. Unpredictable, the soldier gains plus 8% critical chance. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of the attack. Okay. Is this? I'm curious if like soldier is what you would go with like a kind of a sniper type build. It doesn't really seem like it as much. What are the archetypes? Is there a way to just like see the list of archetypes? Maybe. Probably in one of these menus there is. I don't think they are though. I don't think that's like their primary thing. So interesting, but I think Rack and Ruin seems the most interesting. I think we're going to go with that. All right. Well, leveling up done. Sorry, I didn't think about like loading in and having to level up. I could have done that at least.
It's about time.
All right. Well, let's head over here. Well, let me see. Did it? I don't know if I looted. I know I looted, but I don't know if it counted it. It did not.
Sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
Oh yeah. Okay.
A noble deed. Let the crew offer prayers for the hero who renounced his impure life in the name of humanity.
All right. I think that's everything. We'll head over here. I think we said one of these was really good for us. Whenever the wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies gain +1 bonus to damage. Gets an injury or falls unconscious. I mean, we don't want either one of these, so that's pretty lame. Is this the good one? Was this what it was? Mantle of Heroism? Yeah, increases your dodge. Okay. Each heroic act used in battle, so that's like the heroic act, I believe, is the ultimates. Do we already have a cloak on? This gives more fellowship. Not really sure what fellowship does, but we're not going to take the time to look it up now. Sure, we'll put on his gloves. Hopefully we don't end up unconscious, but I feel like we're more likely than not. Huh. A letter written with a seal. So I pop it up. Esteemed Theodora, a change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith, upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Ricard system. One of my acolytes, interrogator Heinrichs von Kolox, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will without delay make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage to the Furibundus system aboard your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any questions you may have, I will stress the nature of the interrogator von Kalox's activities on Rukad Minoris is, I'm sorry guys, reading some of these words is hard, is of no concern to you. If required, Von Kallax himself will disclose the details of his mission. May the Emperor's light be with you. Okay, cool. Fellowship is like charisma. Okay. It's probably important that my main character has that at different points, I would assume. There was something I could take that would make some other skill function instead of fellowship, and I actually don't even remember if that's what I took. My poor head trauma. I think that had to do with like being from a death world maybe, and maybe I didn't choose that, or maybe I did. Hey Tom, what's going on? We got some comments over here. So operative is more suited to sniper than soldier. Okay. Sorry, I'm not entirely so. Which one's operative? Oh, is that the thing that I chose for her, or was that one of these options? I'm not sure what an operative is. So we have soldier here is one of the archetypes. I'm sorry, Chicken's trying to help me, and I'm just so confused. Yeah, she's a soldier, not an operative. Is your point? Is an operative another archetype you can have? And then Tom said, "I'm sorry, I know this doesn't make sense now, but which is the add-on you're using on ESO? That tells you everything about boss, like dodge, don't move, block, roll, dash, et cetera, et cetera." There's a couple of them, Tom, that will tell you that kind of stuff. The best place to get a full list is to check in the Discord in one of those channels, but I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head which one it would be, because I tend not to. If it was in a perfect world for me, I would just turn all of those things off, to be totally honest with you. So I'm not a very great to talk to about add-ons. So there are other people in the Discord that can tell you the ones that are good for it, that are bad for it, or like optional and don't use these together and what have you. But yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know off the top of my head, man. And then Chicken says there are only 4 basic archetypes plus DLC class, so each class can be built multiple ways. We kind of went through this, so I'm just gonna click through a little bit here, since we saw this yesterday.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum.
All right.
Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to.
Cool. So we're just getting out of here. We're getting out of the warp and regrouping is all that's going on here. Yeah, no worries, man. I don't mind you asking. I just literally can't think of it off the top of my head. The Discord is all the normal Discord stuff, and then that right there, /TWTB. Let me drop it in chat. There we go. Oh, it doesn't want to let me. Oh, it's thinking I'm trying to give it a slash command. Let me. Yeah, whenever you put the stuff at the end, it's a vanity URL. It's just TWTB. Okay, so we kind of saw through all this, so we're gonna click through it a little bit. Okay, cool, man. I'm sorry that I can't remember off the top of my head to tell you what to use. Argenta's a soldier, yeah. Adir is an operative, for example. Okay. Okay.
Which means.
So, okay, cool. So our person who's a psyker would be better for being a sniper than Argenta.
We will honor his memory,
Cool.
along with that of all who died.
I'm not going to be clicking through most of the stuff, guys. It's just
with the absence of other
it's just that we kind of started this last
deed is
night.
done,
So.
Master.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodore von Valencia
Arier,
perished
would
along
you
with
say
the
that
heir Edelfred.
charisma is important? Like, should I worry about that for my fellowship is important for my main dev, or is it just like anybody in the party?
Yet hope remains. second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived.
Cool. And I'm sorry, guys. We are going to, again, we saw this last night. I won't be skipping through most of this stuff. Although I would like to move more rapidly through it, so I will try to do that. I think I'm going to bring the dialogue up some more in relation to everything else. I think it's still, to me, it's a little bit quiet. I want you guys to be able to hear it pretty well. Can we pause? Oh, yeah, we can. Okay, can I... Can't do anything now. Deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Abelard's face, although the old officer's eyes are keen. They rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, and then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship. Cannot help but notice the Seneschal's I don't know how to say that. Does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. I'm curious, this other personality that we got from the warp or whatever, does that guarantee happen, or can you do anything to change that? I'm just curious. And then Area saying for most checks, it will use the highest skill from any member in your current party. Okay, perfect. Great, thank you. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have been filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. Okay, I don't think we need to ask why we lost so many officers. I think we know what's the agenda for the meeting. Let's do that. Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly can take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. Okay, so prepare to bear a heavy bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Okay. I'm sure he hasn't tracked down this guy. He would have told us. We can try to not be the rogue trader. I don't think we were worried about that. I think I'm ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. As kind of a side, Tom, I started for a long time I didn't want to use those add-ons, but I realized when I was doing videos and stuff like that it had the stuff on the screen for people, and so I didn't have to do that kind of stuff when I was doing like the guide videos on the various trials. So that's why I finally was like, you know what, this is a good idea. I like these. They tell people what's going on if they can't tell. So a dozen pair of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention officers, we have been granted an honor. The Lord Captain Nighthar von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Let's ask him to introduce this present. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as does flesh. Vigdis Suri Oda of the Tolaman line, our new Vox Master. Yeah, she's missing a lower jaw. That's kind of freaky. Vox Master Vigilis, is an honor to serve your lordship. The Vox Master offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Daedric says add-ons are toxic and elitist and made by King Borg. He's joking. It's also Daedric-ESO guide. So, do you know what? Do you know what add-on we should tell him to look for, Daedric, off the top of your head? Beside her is Ravor, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. All right. Is this Master Helmsman Ravor? This dude is the coward who was like hiding, I think. I mean, I don't know if I should really hold it against him, but you know. Chicken says, to be honest, the reason that Operative is best for Sniper is because after 15 levels, you get to pick a second class, but each first-tier class can only choose from a selection of 3 second-tier classes. Okay. The best Sniper is Assassin. Okay, that's what I would have thought. But soldiers can't go into Assassin, only Warriors and Operatives can. Okay, but Warriors are melee-focused. So you can see why it might not be great for a Sniper. Yeah, makes sense. Interesting. How many levels total do you get? Like, how late in the game do you get that second class? But thank you, Chicken. That's awesome. Chicken, if I make it through this, it's going to be not in small part thanks to your advice. Daedric says that I didn't... I didn't pay respects to King... Oh, all hail King Torg. I'm sorry, man. So, oh, no. He said he's unsubscribing because I didn't pay respects to King... It's the wrong channel, dude. That's the tabletop channel. If you guys want to see me talk about tabletop stuff, it's Homebrew Tabletop here on YouTube. And I don't have anything on Twitch yet. Okay, cool. So, Master Helmsman Ravor, the bearded man with a pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. And lastly, our high factotum, John Rock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Oh yeah, I am wearing Homebrew Tabletop merch. Dude, I'm sorry. Okay, I tried getting Night Horror Gaming merch made, and the place flaked out of me. That made these shirts. They just didn't fulfill my second order. Chicken says you get 55 levels. 15 in your first class, 20 in your second class, and then each class goes into the same third tier class called Exemplar, which is in which you can pick freely between first, second, and third tier abilities. Okay, you should get second tier around the very end of Act 1, start of Act 2. Okay, thanks, man. That's huge. This is massive, and hugely important information that we're learning. It's okay. I'll never unsubscribe. I'm sorry. I will make sure that next time I mention King Torg, all hail King Torg, that I give the proper. It's kind of like King Torg. For those who don't know, it's from a really fun, lighthearted TTRPG, tabletop role-playing game, and King Torg is very much for the kobolds. He's like the Emperor of Man. Okay, so you've got to pay proper respect to him. And then Chicken's got some other information here. You should get... okay, I think they already told us that. If you want, I can tell you the classes that companions are, or if you don't want that info, I'll let you discover it for yourself. You know, I would love to know who else I'm getting in this first section so that I can get like a decent... so if you want to tell me some classes, I'd take that info, or whatever. I'm not really worried too much about spoilers. I don't want to, like, you know, the whole point is I'm kind of going in this blind, so I don't want too much information, but whatever you think, whatever feels good. High factotum Janris Donrock, dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavyset man with oiled hair, offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. All right. In the second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent the extinguished flames, fires on the ship. And lastly, sorry, I can't read. And lastly, the Dive Master, servant of the Omnissiah. Okay. I forgot that some of the, like, servants of the Omnissiah, I don't know what they're called, but the mechanical guys, they should probably have some pretty crazy stuff. The tech priests, maybe that's what it is. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Dive Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all the tech priests. Mechindrites. Mechindrites? Sure. Is that everyone? Sure. Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, head of the Astropath section, isn't able to join us. He is in the charge of communications with distant star systems. Master, I don't know if that's Weiss or Weiss, has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valencius Protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Kunrad Vogtvir's, I don't know how to say that, treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. Okay, so in Act 1, we'll get an officer, a blade dancer, and another warrior. Okay. I feel like we want to keep the officer, probably. Okay, so I can swap those 2 out. The warrior is also your second psyker. Okay, interesting. It's kind of weird to me. I thought psyker was a class, or would have been a class. I didn't realize it was like a modification of other things. Duly noted. Any of them non-human, Chicken? Any Xenos in that first group? I don't want to miss any Xenos. We gotta make a party of Xenos. High Factotum Generous. Genroxus. Oops, I don't know what he said. It's not important. All these present are adjutants, secretaries, deputies, and they're here to make a record of the proceedings. I'm sorry. Cool. Let's go through. Sure. Infernus. Yes, Lord Captain. The man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks are now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material loss and crew casualties has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factotum. It's weird saying, calling one of these guys a factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice, pitch for your ears only. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Nice pun, Grandpa. All right, yeah, let's see what the High Factotum has to say. We're trolling day and night to complete a full account of the losses. The task required next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the test priest's hands for attention and that all lost supplies are replaced. There's only one source that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is not confirmed. It's not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. Just as a reminder, it's grim dark in the future of Warhammer 40k, so people are expendable in most situations. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Ricad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trade Dynasty. Oh, this is another rogue trader. Okay, we cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the rogue trader. Okay. Cool. So we got somebody else we get to maybe be friends with, maybe have issues with. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets. All right. Okay, so maybe conflict. We'll hear about the Dive Master. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I said saying Dive Master. It's Drives Master. I was wondering why there was a Dives Master. I was like, that's so weird. First Xeno companion is in Act 2. Oh, man. Okay. You can't miss any in Act 1. Okay. That Xeno companion is also built heavily to be a sniper already. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you so much, Chicken. I appreciate it. So a voice distorted by a Vox translator emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. No, not the machine spirits. Does it tell us what those are? A spirit believed to be the adherents of the cult of Mechanicus to inhabit and control any technology in existence. Okay. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thanks to Omnissiah, and its spirit mourns its dead brethren. Oh, man. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. Okay. With great sorrow, it was also reported to Engine Seer Prime, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magus was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magus. We require replacement, and as soon as possible. Would someone care to translate the esteemed Drive Master's words? No, I think we picked up on it. We're good. I guess we could get some more information. I think it's part of the introducing you to Warhammer 40k lore that this game does so well. I'd be curious if there are any other hardcore Warhammer 40ks, and I know there are watching. Do you feel I feel like this is an incredibly good intro to the Warhammer 40k universe in the prologue and in the intro here. But I'd be curious, someone who has more experience than me, what you guys think. Zinra Taller, the Tech Priest bows her head. The Master Helmsman. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our Engine Seer Prime and Navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe outside the warp, inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first, our warp drive being torn to pieces or all of us melting into the bulkheads. All right, yeah, so we're not going into warp. I'm looking over there because I have several Warhammer books that I peruse through periodically, but I'm thinking that I haven't picked them up in a while. Might need to pick them up and continue reading about the lore. There's some of the older editions, the core books and what have you. Your Lord, so this is the Vox Master here. Your Lordship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrive in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing for the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor who should thank for good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to real echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances, the thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility, the thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. Oh man. Chicken says, I have never played a game of Warhammer, but I know some of the lore going into Rogue Trader, but I got obsessed afterwards, read and watched a bunch of lore stuff. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so, I mean, it definitely got you hooked, so that's awesome. That's cool. I know I have several friends who are pretty hardcore into it. Hello, and welcome to all the people that are just now joining us. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else we'll soon be eyeing asteroids to use as your new residence. And slightly less shitty news, we can go around and around this system till our heads are swimming, as long as the Promethean and supplies last. And if any thick-ass grok shit low lives come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't worry on that score. Promethium is a broad term for combustible fuel in the Imperium of Man, because in the grim dark of the far-flung future, we don't use oil, but we use an oil substitute. All right, let's see what the Master of Ordnance has to say. The Master of Ordnance to a gloomy look. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire when I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Oh? All right, Avalar's correcting him. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead, and now we've got a Green Lord captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Oh man. Abelard tells him silence. The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcers seize this mutineer. Oh man, you know, some people can't handle life on the road. All right, chicken. Catch you later. Thanks for dropping by. Going to a Halloween bash. Oh, that sounds fun. All right, we'll find some Xenos. Thank you again for all the advice. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your lordship, I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides, find a replacement. That is, for we already have one lined up. Okay, cool. So, here we go. We get to choose, choose, you know, Iconoclast if you want to go that way, Dogmatic, or I guess something else. Okay, so we could leave him in his post and then punish him, or the Iconoclast is to tell everybody to stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing this man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack we have endured. I mean, like, I want to be an Iconoclast, but, like, this dude does need to pull his shit together. He's the Master of Ordnance. Like, he should have a bit of... He should be able to... Okay, what is this last option here? Dogmatic, just execute him. If you're dogmatic, if you follow the rules of Warhammer 40k, you execute people. Experienced Masters of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason, Emery supposed to leave his punishment to your discretion, Abelard. You know, we're going to go with the icon. We want to make friends. We're here to make friends. We're here to be nice. He stares up blinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is the picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now in the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. All right, well, to summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require new Enginseer Prime and Navigator. This is all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage. Precisely, Lord Captain, Abelard says, but bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector, but we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. One of the strategies, too, that we want to go for in this playthrough is doing all the side quests. We want to reach the last boss, and we want to be over-leveled, so that's what we're aiming for. So as we have the opportunity, I am going to try to do as many side quests as we can. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? Yeah, let's learn about the system. I see to the Voxmaster on this point, Mistress Tulaman. We're in the Ricard system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer. It seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and the Ricard Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. All right. The assembled officers salute you as one. Your lordship, there's one more thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, Abelard hesitates. Your eternal esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to the system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. Perhaps you were wondering who was the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Coronis Expanse. Inquisitor, the secret organization tasked hunting down the myriad threats to the stability of the Imperium of all mankind. Okay. I would be... So we got a couple of options here. I'd be honored to fulfill the Inquisitor's commission. What is it? He asked of Theodora. I came across a strange handwritten letter at Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. Are you referring to the contents of that note, I presume? Is this so, and what is the task which she was entrusted? I think we'll just go with the note thing. We found the note. Yes. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrichs von Kalox, an interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires and deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Novus Nobilite or the Governor of Ricard Minoris, may know something. All right, Abelard says, this is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but as a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader, soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valentius Protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold up under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he's about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. Sister Battle grimly nods towards Idira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insists on seeing the rogue trader. I judge that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word bursts from her lips. Daybreak. Idira, come to your senses. Abelard, bring the witch to heel. Is there something else of value to report? I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Idira, come to your senses. Damn it. Idira presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your lordship... Here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make it out what it is. No matter how hard I try, a single word is all I can make out. Daybreak, or something. Or maybe it's dawn, and it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? Abelard says, we cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Lass? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it. All right, sure. Lord Captain, if you want... I think we heard Daybreak already once before. Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would find benefit from them as well. The Psyker's bitten lips stretched into a wry smile. Is there something else of value to report? I declare this briefing concluded. I'm sorry, if there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Yes, and get adventuring. We've been hanging out here for a hot second. Okay, we gotta go talk to everybody. We've already set the helm. All right. It's Abelard. Where are the people we're supposed to talk to? How may I serve you? Oh, Fellowship 60. Connect me to the Vassal's main channel. I wish to boost the morale of the crew. How's my, yeah. 85% chance. Let's boost the morale of the crew. So I succeeded, gained some XP. The Voxmaster nods obediently and presses several switches of the device she is holding. It is done, Lord Captain. You address the crew with a rousing speech and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet corners of the vessels. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. Remind me who you are. What are the Voxmaster's duties? Your appearance is unique. Are you a Vordborn? You're a Vordborn, are you not? That'll be all for now. I don't. We can go into like the lore and stuff later when we haven't. Do we gain another level from that? Oh, cool, awesome. Well, I'm glad we cheered up the crew. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Yeah. I guess Ashes is indeed Ashes. Yeah, we'll try it later on. They were supposed to go live at 2 again. I haven't seen if that actually happened, but I assumed that it would be delayed. So crazy that we're getting 2 levels here right off the bat. So do we get to picking our next talent here? Death World characters gain +2 critical hit chance for axes, hammers, and lance weapons. We don't want that. Wounded Beast, every injury increases the Death World character's agility and willpower by 5%. Every trauma counts as 3 injuries. I mean, could be helpful. Reminds you of the old Baldur's Gate games. Yeah, this is a computer RPG. It's very tactical, which I find really enjoyable, almost like XCOM. I think most people in like turn-based like tactics or strategy games find like that style to be like top tier. A lot of people say like XCOM type games or XCOM itself, is like one of their favorites. So I think that speaks well of it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and the story is great, honestly. Once per combat, this is Tenacity. Once per combat, when a Death World character suffers stun, blinded, immobilized effect, this effect is ignored and instead receive plus 20% of their maximum wounds as temporary wounds. Temporary wounds are HP, just as a reminder. And then we've got Lifetime of Scars. Death World characters suffer -4 less damage from fire, toxic damage, and bleeding effects. And then Brutal Hunter, Death World characters gain plus 15% critical chance against targets with a bleeding effect, or 50% or less of their maximum wounds. Interesting. I don't know if any of these are bleeding effects or not. If they inflict bleeding effects. I don't think so. I'm not sure about damage types enough to be interested in that one. I mean, taking less from... I don't know how fire, toxic... I don't know how common those are, but that does seem good to staying alive. This Wounded Beast, does seem good, but I also, how many traumas are we going to accumulate? We can get up to, 20 or something. I don't know if we want to go that route. I mean, we might need to. Maybe we'll take it later if we end up having a bunch of permanent traumas. This trusted weapon's not going to help at all. So we can also choose from this other stuff, I assume. At the start of the term, the Crime Lord has no stacks of Surefire Plan. They gain +1 stacks. Oh, yeah, that could be. I think we might want that. Disorienting Plan enemy affected by Surefire Plan also suffers -16 penalty to dodge and parry. Wow. Okay. Seems good. The bonus to dodge and parry from Surefire is increased. Killing Plan, the bonus damage from Surefire damage is increased by +8%. Killing at least one enemy with the attack restores 1 stack of Surefire Plan. Once per combat, if the Crime Lord has at least 1 stack of Surefire Plan that does not die from lethal damage, they do not die from lethal damage instead. Whoa, okay. They instead heal 5 times Surefire Plan stacks. % of maximum wounds. Lose all stacks and can no longer gain Surefire Plan stacks. Interesting. I mean, those are all really good. I think this is where we want to go. Oh, it reminds you from a graphics perspective. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the graphics are, yeah. And they did really well with making it feel like Warhammer is supposed to feel. Like you have this weird, like you have screens and whatever, but like there's, they actually look like they're from the 70s or 80s or something. Like you can see the refresh line moving down the screen and everything. They did a really good job with that. It has like the old school feel. I really like contingency plan for getting back stacks so that we can continue to use this. The only thing is the killing plan also does that. And killing an enemy with it gives us another stack so that I guess we can keep using it. I do like that. I'm trying to think of how killing plan and contingency might interact, because this only gives it to us if we don't have a stack. I think we're going to be killing people a lot, but if we're stuck in a slugfest with a single target, then being able to have this and using it for like dodging and parrying and what have you is going to be pretty important. I'm unsure. I think that we'll just go with contingency plan for now. I don't know, 8% more damage. Let's just go with killing plan. All right, and then agility or weapon skill, both are suggested here. Agility, let's remind ourselves what that does. It increases initiative, dodge chance, and if you use melee weapons, your dodge reduction is equal to half your agility, so people can't dodge your attacks as easily. And then weapon skill increases competence in all forms of close combat, increases your parry, and reduces the enemy's chance against melee attacks. Reduces enemies' chance of parrying melee attacks. It also increases the scoring of a critical hit in melee. And then I think we were going to use weapon skill also. I think we want agility. Because I think we want to increase our dodge. We want to be dodging a lot so that we can stay alive. So that's what we're going to do. Oh man, I'm sorry guys, we got to do another level up thing where I got to read all this stuff. So I think we just want to increase our ballistic skill. Not her agility. And then... Okay, so we get to choose another one of these things we already kind of chose. So some of these we're familiar with. So she gets more cover there, fired up. Each time she deals damage, she gets a higher critical damage. I kind of like that. Rapid reload, we don't think we need. Unpredictable. Soldier gains +8 critical hit chance. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which a soldier is protected by cover at the moment of the attack. I think unpredictable is probably I'm leaning towards that. Alacrity, shot fire by the soldier grants them +1 agility until the end of their next turn. I don't really understand exactly how agility works well enough to know if that's good or worth grabbing here. And then combat Medicae, yeah, I don't think we need that. Enough bullets for everyone. Demolition engineer. What else we got? Fortress. That's about cover. We've got integrity while at full wounds. Soldier has +10 ballistic skill and +2 movement points. Okay. Muzzle velocity. The first hit of each range burst attack deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire. Okay, that's interesting. I think, you know what? I think we've looked through a lot of these. Which one was it? Oh, yeah, it was this unpredictable. We'll go with that, which was suggested to us, so cool. All right, let's see about our Psyker here, who's our operative. Cool, so we've got, we can boost our perception, which gives us awareness and dodge, and then we have intelligence. For each point of intelligence bonus, characters deal +5% more damage with non-burst ranged area attacks. I think that's what we want. I think that's our main type thing. We'll go with intelligence. And it's also suggested to us there. And then we've got a whole bunch of abilities to choose from. We got Edge of Fate. At the beginning of every combat, the Psyker's allies gain plus 15% critical hit chance. The first critical hit removes this effect. Okay, that's... allies under the effect of at least one psychic power gain additional 7% armor penetration. Huh. That could be useful. Flawless Plan. Every 9th successful dodge or parry by the Psyker and their allies combined grants the Psyker plus 2 additional AP on the next turn. Huh. That could be really good because we want to be dodging and parrying quite a bit. Predicted downfall. The first dodge attempt of every enemy in combat suffers a minus 14% penalty. Unnatural. When the Psyker uses a divination psychic power on an ally without an unnatural luck effect, that ally gains a natural luck. A natural luck, when an ally suffers a critical hit, it becomes a normal hit instead, and the unnatural luck effect is removed. Okay. So it basically negates a critical hit, is what that does. Aftershock, every time the Psyker deals mental damage from any source other than Aftershock, the target suffers half as much mental damage at the end of their next turn. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I don't know how much mental damage we do because I don't know enough about these characters. Okay, here it is. Yeah, where's the... So we've got the Psychic Shriek, and then the Forewarning. And I thought we also have some... We also have some, like, weapon skills. Unclear a bit. All right. Man, we got so many of these. All right, where were we? Aftershock, I think. Seems kind of interesting. Enemies that have taken damage from a Psyker at least once suffer a minus 20 penalty to all resistance test against the Psyker until the end of combat. Okay. Mental Siege. Enemies that have failed with a willpower resistance test against any of the Psyker's powers will suffer an additional plus 6 direct damage every time they suffer mental damage until the end of combat. I wonder if that... Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure this out, because mental damage is obviously not the electricity from our staff and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how often we'll be doing one thing versus another thing. Anytime an enemy becomes a target of any particular Psyker ability for the first time, this enemy suffers minus 5 penalty to their intelligence and perception, and the Psyker's intelligence and perception increases by plus 2 until the end of combat. Mind Thief. These are all really good. Pain Channeling. Whenever the Psyker kills an enemy with a psychic power, dealing more damage than the target's wounds, the excess damage will be dealt to the enemies closest to the target. That's cool. Visions of Doom. The enemy that became targets of a Psyker's psychic powers gain a stacking minus 5 penalty to their dodge and parry until the end of combat. After every 6 use of the psychic power by the Psyker, all enemies gain a stacking minus 5 penalty to all characteristics until the end of combat. That's Warped Minds. Then Weak Hearts. Enemies suffer from the blinded, stun, immobilized, or prone effects inflicted by the Psyker, suffer plus 10 more damage. And then we've got Better to Die for the Emperor, and I think these are less interesting. Down here, Ready to Serve, when an Imperial World character. So these are all from their Imperial World. Oh man, and then she's got a bunch of other stuff down here too. So the advice and guidance, first time in combat, then an ally becomes the target of the Psyker's. I'm sorry guys, I'm just reading abilities down here. Psychic Barrage. Whenever the Psyker uses damaging psychic power on a target that are 6 Ls or further from the Psyker, the target suffers an additional +3 damage. What constitutes a psychic power? Psychic powers are special abilities available only to Psykers. Okay, they allow you to reach into the warp. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, because we had several options earlier that we could choose from, and I thought that one of these, Flawless Plan looked pretty good. Mental damage, mind flares, yeah, kind of. Yeah, they're definitely psychic. I think this Flawless Plan, though, getting extra AP on your next turn would allow them, I think, to do a second attack, because she was a little bit AP limited, so I think that's what we're going to go with. Not enough action points to get. I think it could give her an extra attack, possibly, or maybe it won't do anything, and I've just wasted that choice, which would be tragic. Available talents. All right, so we got Thick Skin. We already took. Okay, so we know some of this. Epicenter of Slaughter. Whenever a warrior is attacked, they gain +1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter. At the start of your next turn, the warrior gains +1 temporary wounds. Okay, so we took this on Abelard. Oh, this is temp. Oh, did we not take that? Did we take something else? Oh, okay. So these are some of the same skills that we just got to choose from. I don't know if there are more that are new. Damage dealt by charge increased by +9 when the ability is used from a distance of 5 or more. I mean, that's pretty nice, but I don't know how often we'll be using it. There are just so many options here. So Contempt, the warrior's next melee attack against enemy deals an additional +5 damage. That's after he's been attacked. Doesn't stack, but it can be reactivated after another attack made by either the same enemy or a different enemy. The warrior's melee attacks deal an additional +3 damage to enemies that have no allies and adjacent cells. Warrior's critical damage is increased by +8% against enemies not armed with a melee weapon. If the warrior has 50% less wounds, they gain extra critical. I think we're going to go with just Epicenter of Slaughter here. It seems to make sense, and it feels like it'll make this guy really tanky. All right, and then Toughness or Weapon Skill is what we can increase here. I assume Toughness increases their wounds. And then Weapon Skill is going to increase their damage. I think he should be, generally speaking, tough enough, so we're going to go with Weapon Skill. All right. Where is the Sister of Battle? Is she on the map? Hey, there she is.
Trader.
You said you had a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned my children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices are for cases like this in Von Valencia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans. Jeez. Fuck, okay. Yeah, I'll go meet with the orphans, sure. What good would a meeting do? Make arrangements for a meeting worthy of a Rogue Trader. I will address the orphans with a speech. I will meet with them. No formalities needed. These are children of the people who gave their lives for the Von Valencius dynasty. My consideration is the least they deserve. Deliver orders on my behalf. The orphans are not to be properly provided for. Are to be properly provided for, but a personal meeting with a Rogue Trader is too much. I mean, let's go meet with them. I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart. And it's saving. Interesting. A couple of them are clapping. The motley crew of adolescents do not take their eyes off of you, gazing as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It's hardly the Scala progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group as you approach. She perks up and announces, her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valancius. Oh, great. Heinrich Montag, your new Infernus Master, standing a few paces away from the orphan. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Infernus Master, do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? Grandly address the group. I am the rogue trader and Lord Captain of the ship. Speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the von Valancius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them and believe that you will become their worthy heirs. I don't really want to continue the cycle of brainwashing, so I don't know if I want to go that way. Smile, Lord Captain, greet you brave ones. Address the chaperones, give them treats, and escort them to their homes. I believe a minute of beholding Lord Captain is a great enough honor for them. Wow. All right, so you could just be like a terrible person, which makes sense. I think I'm supposed to be. I don't want to. I do want to talk to the Infernus Master, but I think I should. Greet them. I don't know if I should. Yeah, we're just gonna smile at the group. The teenagers keep staring at you. A girl who has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed. Orphan. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Friends and parents died in the dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy, a flurry of emotions flash in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. Address the chaperones. Their comportment leaves much to be desired. I hope they will be molded into worthy servants of the House von Valancius. This audience is over. And then address the chaperones, punish the troublemaker, put the rest back in the base. This audience is over. Address the group. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. Ignore the interruption. Rest assured you won't be abandoned. You'll be taken care of. I think we'll address the group. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back. We won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse. I mean, I do think that is the core of the Warhammer 40k universe. Glenn is saying, I keep thinking Mind Flayer damage was psychic. No, it is. The word just came. Yeah. No, psionics, psychic. Yeah, all that's correct. I think they're all interchangeable, man. And like the idea of a Mind Flayer is not very much different than the kind of the warp and stuff where some of these creatures come from, and those who have like these psychic powers. No, Mind Flayers is totally correct though. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought and repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You only strive to do what is within your power. The strong have the power to decide the fates of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. I mean, that's some tough love, but honestly, in this world, like that's kind of seems like decent advice. Address the chaperones, punish the troublemaker. Okay, I can. Okay, so what do we want to say? We got the first three. I think is what we're gonna go with. This one's a little dark. Like 3 is like the closest to like being a nice person. I feel like maybe. Yeah, I don't know. The second one sounds pretty good too. Yeah, we're not doing the first one. That's kind of like the brainwashing stuff. So the strong have the power to decide the fate of the weak of others. I love that part of it. So I think we'll go with 2 here. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought. I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only survive to do what is within your power. I'm sorry. You can only strive to do what is within your power. Argenta, you heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It is hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he caches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard. Abelard gives a sigh, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valencius emblazoned on the wrapper. It appears that the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Oh, gosh. Here's some food, kids. The guards are like acting like they're throwing it. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, and leaves the bay. Oh man. All right. Well, that was cool. I'm going to be honest, I do want to just like get to some fighting, some combat at this point. But hopefully we'll get there soon. I'm tired of reading. All right. I don't know if do we need to talk to Adira? Thought maybe we did. She not over here? Where is she? I don't see her. Oh, she's on the side. Oh, there she is. Okay. The tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant at her temple. Her collar is undone, and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, she returns her head towards you and offers you a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you. Adira, what about your abilities? Where do you come from? What's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you.
Okay.
Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
Okay, can you see my future?
All right. That's what I'm here for, after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Alright, she laughs, rubs her hands together, and suddenly freezes with a vacant smile on her face, her head slightly tilted. You feel goosebumps appear in your skin, and your collar begins to waver ever so slightly, as if moved by a breeze from a half-open door.
Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, Rogue Trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
Alright, I'd like to hear your augury. What awaits me in the future? I mean, we've already kind of done that. Did you know Theodora well? Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right? Yeah, what's going on with that?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
Huh, okay. I mean, I think we'll just take our leave for now.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Alright. Let's, to the Lord Captain's quarters, to another compartment. Do I need to talk to these other people? I mean, I feel like I just talked to most of these people. Do we go to our quarters? Real quick. Anything in here that has changed that we need to... We got some loot in the other room. Cracked data slate. Got a bunch of binary. The final translation of the Chartis are complete. The Fiery Reckoning is now fully equipped. And then some more binary. The object has been loaded aboard with its containment intact and placed in the forebay to ensure maximum contact with the target. Coordinates sent and received by the bridge. Targets estimate time of arrival in the system. The Fiery Reckoning is crewed by a servitor. Hive. Chances of ship returning are minimal. Okay. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's what's already happened or if that's something else. So I think we're going to turn some of these other volumes down and just turn up the voice just a bit of the master volume here. See if that helps. Cool. And then I think there's one more thing. There's some more goods. Unfinished letter. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, great. Now it's in the cargo. Is there some way to... Oh, gosh. I'm not sure I'm ready for this. Upgraded RAM. Upgraded hull. Take some scrap. Let's grab that. Is it in here? There it is. All right. What was this? What did this say? I'm trying to right-click to bring it up, and it doesn't want to come up. His chagrin is irrelevant. Vogtvir's mistake cost him too much. Years of work, tremendous resources, all wasted. He has failed at what he was supposed to be irreproachable at, uncovering spies, and this one was a senior officer. I'm not about to discard him. Conrad has served me for too long for his removal to go painlessly to the Protectorate. Besides, he is no fool. He could not have seriously expected to become the next in the Vox Valancius line when his skill and talents as Master of Whispers are so valuable. Let his disinheritance serve as a humiliation, an instruction lesson from which he may learn. Okay, so I guess that tells us what happened. He didn't find the traitor, which was probably him. He didn't find himself. You know, sometimes you gotta search and you gotta find yourself. And learn that you're the traitor inside. All right, we'll head to the bridge, I assume. Maybe we can get this show on the road. Void Ship Shrine, Officer's Deck. We can go to the Astropath Chapel. Sure. We'll take all of our party members. I'm not really sure where to go to the next place at this point, and that's all I really want to do, is just go into some combat, if I'm being honest.
Follow my lead!
All right, so this is Zachary here, Vice. Choir Master Zachary Vice, a tall man in a long green robe, stands motionless in front of a cogitator. The closer you approach, the clearer you can hear his continuous, unintelligible whisper. You're about to call his name when he falls silent sharply and turns towards you first. Lord Captain. A visit from the Rogue Trader is an honor to us. Like other astropaths at the chapel, the Choir Master's eyes are branded over with the time-worn scrolls of sacred manuscripts. Nevertheless, you cannot shake the feeling that this otherworldly, glowing gaze is studying you keenly. How can I be of use, your lordship? Lore Imperium test succeeded. Sanctioning is a brutal procedure, one which robes every astropath of the gift of sight. But in return, they gain a new kind of vision that allows them to see what ordinary people cannot. Okay, and we gain some XP from that. The light emanating from beneath the bandages flickers with strange hues as the choir master clutches his temple. His expression shifts in a way you're well familiar with. It is the look of one who has glimpsed the grim signs that evil has left upon her soul. Grim signs means you've suffered a brush with warp phenomenon sometime in your distant past. Oh, did my nightmare scold you? Remind me who you are. Tell me about the Astropathic Choir. That odds inside the chapel, does it bother you? We will speak later. I mean, tell me about the choir. There's asking if there's something particular I want to know. What is this place? Point at the mechanical drum. What does this device do? How does one become an astropath? Is something happening to the choir? Where can I find new astropaths? Point towards the mechanical drum. It's a sacred compiler that helps us record, store, and to an extent, unriddle messages. Astropaths first receive these messages in the form of muddled images, dictating what they see to the machine, which logs their every word. From the reels, the receivers on the ceiling. The machine records words. Recorded words are routed through lines under the floor into transcribers and then the thesaurus core. This core is the most important part of the mechanism, as it contains a vast category of various symbols and the methods of their interpretation. Gosh, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I want to get out of here. We'll speak later. Thank you.
A new challenge for me.
So, what do we got here? We got Zachary. We got some Asher Pass at the back. We got to way to another bridge, and we got some loot, maybe. Let's go grab that loot. It's weird that we're looting our own ship, but I'm fine with it. And then we can't quite see over here, so we'll go just uncover it. But I don't feel like there's anything. I guess maybe I need to go back and talk with, I don't know, Abelard or somebody to learn more. How do we get from point A to point B? Do I need to go to the Void Ship's shrine, or can I just go to the bridge and get out of here? The vessel stands ready. Let's go talk to Abelard. Can we get out of here, dude?
Lord Captain.
Yeah, no.
Lord Captain.
Not going to do it. Kronos Expanse. There we go. We can look at the map. I've done this before. Once. or twice. Okay. Cool. The events in Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Kronos Expanse. The sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get the chance to visit. You'll find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new uncharted paths, discovering more routes as you explore the Expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can either interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest, then left mouse button on it to initiate the event or open the planet view. Okay. Cool. So here we are. So we need to go to several places. Should we just head to here first? Sounds good. Let's do that. Oh, that's us. So the guy we just talked to, Zachary, wants to speak with us. Greetings, your lordship. I can report the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices from the Dynasty ships or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. The scream is driving our choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the Dynasty's worlds. It is coming from the Ricard Systems Astropath station. What's the nature of the scream? If the scream stops, we'll be able to contact someone to pay a visit. We are going to pay a visit to that station. Have more important matters. What is the nature of the scream? We do not know, your lordship. It has brought the Immaterium to a boil. Has it always been a violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters? Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness where expelled images fuse together, twisting and cackling, before crushing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm, the likes of which I cannot recall, rages in the Empyrean, and it fills me with terror. Yeah, let's pay a visit to that station. Thank you, your lordship. All right, cool. So, which station is that? Prison planet. Artificial factory identified void ship. Card Majoris. Unexplored. And then we have. Is this the Astropath station? I don't know. Let's go to the place closest to us. That's what I want to do. Lord Captain, reporting of the Heralds of the Novus Nobili continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Iraq 5 being off limits to visitors. We interpreted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We've also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Novus Noblite House requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. Order the Augur crew to scan the station. Turn back. No one dares to give me orders. We will invade. We will not invade a Novus Noblite station without first acquiring official approval. Contact the station again. The Vox relayed the cadence sounds of grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I am sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not appear to reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Yeah, order the Augur crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static and Vigdis's measured voice. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, and the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely prominent in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned, but the question remains why the esteemed Navigator's Herald ignores us. Let's dock. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening on the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed Navigator's blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Hey, it sounds good. Sounds like we're heading to combat. That's what I want. I'm curious if Ashes of Creation is live now. Let's see if there's anything over there. Oh, it got moved back till about 50 minutes ago. But they moved their live stream. Well, we'll see. I guess I'm not sure if it actually went live or not, or if they moved that back.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Okay. But I execute these guys, it looks like. Alright, so they're notifying him that we're here. Felic Orcelio. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet black unblinking eyes are watching your every move. And the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid of the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Avalar, would you be so kind? Or desist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. Keep talking to me in this way, and I'll make you swallow your own tongue. We'll ask Avalar to be so kind. And the Seneschal takes a deep breath. Before you stands his lordship, the rogue trader Neithar von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Coronis expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out that the Nobilite custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances of the station, his lordship the rogue trader is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility, but just this once. Velic or Celio, in this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. There's a dangerous glint in the man's dark, shrouded eyes. Very well, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felic Christopher August, keeper of this place. So, you did not arrive to offer support to the traders? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Uruk V is a holy sanctum of House Orcelio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say that you are not on the guest list. Provide me with the navigator and I will immediately depart the station. I came here in search of a navigator. So you are coming with me? I am looking for the Lord Inquisitor's interrogator, one Heinrichs von Kolix. Do you know anything about his present location? Or what is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? What's happening on the station? Betrayal, a most banal thing in the life of the Nobilite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orcelio, the second keeper of Uruk V and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and the brutal massacre of the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Felic Orcelio says, Felix falls silent for a few moments and then furiously slams the end of his staff on the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. Cool. Let's see. I still have a few questions concerning the situation of the stations. We can attack. Your words are rife with disrespect, and I will not tolerate it. Take him by force. I don't care about your mistress. I am only looking for a navigator, and you will do. I don't trust this guy. Idle chatter will not save the Lady Cassia. If you need to be sure of something before you can help, so be it. My men have reported the station is in a deplorable state. Tell me about your mistress. Why do you not respond to the messages from Ricard Minoris? Yeah, let's ask that. I've already said Uruk the Fifth is sacrosanct, is the holy domain of the novice Nobilite, and is forbidden for commoners in the world below. We had hoped to solve the crisis on our own, but when the situation spiraled out of control, we could not establish contact because the traders had disabled our equipment. Tell me more about your mistress. Regretfully, I am not allowed to discuss my mistress, whether with her retinue or the outsiders. She will tell you about herself personally if she feels like it. This is assuming she survives. I am begging you not to waste any more time of our precious time, for it is running out. Okay, enough questions. Yeah. I hope your curiosity is fully sated. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet Felic takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't gotten many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic, sanctified with the blood of Lady Orcelio herself. Okay. This is the control rod for the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. Why should I help you? How do I remake the control rod? So how am I supposed to power the elevator? Yeah, I don't know if this dude is... I feel like they're whole up there, but we need to get there anyway. So how do I remake the control rod, I guess? Yeah. I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It seems to be taken. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. So how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. If it's so simple, why don't you do it yourself? I never said the feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory and the guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the Navis Nobilite or incurring the Emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, something which I currently happen to lack. I guess that makes sense. Why should we help you? You came to the station for a reason. House Orselio will not be able to help until the current crisis is resolved. But if you aid us now, I promise we will reach an agreement that you will find satisfying, be it riches, influence, or the power of our navigators. I guess that makes sense. So what if you decided descendants of Von Valencius line? We can say the woes of our house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. I will help you, if not for the sake of profit, for the good of the Imperium. I will be an honor to say the Lady Navigator from woes. The Rogue Trader's aid will cost House Orselio, but you should rejoice, for your mistress will live. I will rescue your mistress, but in return, I require House Orselio sign a contract with my protectorate. I mean, that's kind of smart. Take him by force, or I can attack. You know, it would be my honor to save the Lady Navigator from her woes. He nods curtly. You should hurry then. We will stay here to hold the line and lick our wounds. Good luck, Rogue Trader, and may the Emperor's light be with you. Items received, phylactery of blood. All right, I need to just adjust something real quick. There we go, just making sure I can see chat and everything. Something got moved. Awesome. All right. Well, that's the problem with Windows. Every time you move something from a screen or I switch screens, it like freaks out and sends it to another one. Not every program does this, but many of them do. Maybe it's not Windows' fault. Maybe it's the game's. I don't know. Sorry, let me see if I can get the game back on the correct display. What's funny is the game thinks it's on the right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm telling the game to switch to the other screen, and it doesn't doesn't seem to know what screen it's on. There we go. All right, cool. All right. Well. Leave no loot behind, of course. Crap, whatever this guy has. Multi-key. All right, provides us an addition for an additional lock.
None shall stand in my way.
White. Bright, pure color.
The
And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
Interesting. The corpse were mauled by a force far beyond any mortal capacity. The faces are twisted in pain, and the hands are fused with improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
I mean, I feel like this dude's bad, right? Like, this dude sure has a lot of bodyguards. I mean, these dudes seem like loyal. You know what? I kind of feel like we should attack this guy. How many bodyguards does he have, though? Quite a few. Can I position my guys around and then just decide to attack? Is that still an option? Let's see if we can do that, actually. Can I break these guys out now?
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
We're gonna send him over there.
We must act.
Who has the most guys? Actually, I think this side has the most guys. So
What advice do you seek?
we're gonna switch here. Send these guys over.
Join me in prayer.
My whispers crave entertainment.
Do I have to go talk to this guy? We'll have her go up and talk to him. Okay, we can't. We lost our opportunity to attack, I guess.
I'm always ready.
Well, okay. Bummer. I literally don't understand where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do. Where's the next area? I mean, it's showing that area up above, but I don't know how to get there. There's no doors. Can I just tell
I
him?
won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, there's a... Okay, there's a pathway here. And here. There's no way to get over that, huh?
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge. We should deal with this.
Okay. Did I pause that? Didn't mean to. Traps. There's a trap up ahead. Order your character to disable it. If the character enters a trap area and fails the test to disarm it, the trap will trigger, dealing damage and inflicting injuries on all characters within the area of effect. Sometimes you will see a trap marked with red area and connected dotted line. This line leads to the mechanism that controls the trap. Hover your cursor over the mechanism. If the cursor changes to a trap icon, the trap can be disarmed by interacting with the trap mechanism. Left-click on the mechanism to attempt to disarm test. If you have your entire party selected, the character with the highest relevant skill score will go to disarm the trap. If a trap is marked with a red area without a dotted line, simply approach the trap and click on it. Okay, cool, got it. Oh, here it is.
I did fine.
It's
about time.
Stand firm. We must not let the miscreants defile house or Celio. Yeah, that sucks. But hopefully we can negotiate here. Oh gosh, they're firing at will.
Take a knee and bow before me.
For the Emperor!
Well, that sucks that I can't change my mind. In combat, you see significantly increase the animation speed of your enemies and allies. To do so, hold the assigned key, spacebar. In the settings menu, you'll be able to this option to speed up animations automatically or disable it. All right, cool. So we're gonna have to kill a bunch of people for no reason, and instead of fighting those guys out there, we're gonna fight these guys. Kind of annoying. Guess it's okay. So put Argenta, she can fire on these guys a little bit easier. Who's going to go first? So Argenta's going to go first. Abelard's going to go fairly late in the turn order, actually. So most of these guys look like they are going to be firing at us. So I'll put Abelard behind cover as well. And then we will similarly take up a position of cover. You know, we're going to go early, actually, so maybe we don't want to be in the line of fire. We're going to be out of the line of fire there. I think that works. And then where do we want our Psyker? She's also going fairly rapidly. Oh, no, she's pretty high up, actually. We just want her in a defensible position. We'll put her behind Argenta. All right, so we want to be able to use her. Yeah, she can spray and hit a whole bunch of people. Okay, cool. So we'll move her, and then we'll do that.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Man, oh, there's some guys like way over here. Okay. Didn't realize that.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Nice. I just killed a couple of innocent people.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Oh man, there's a bunch of guys. Okay. I think that's good. Gain 6 momentum. I mean, might as well do that. All right, cool. So we are up. Unfortunately, I kind of messed up there by killing all those guys. I really just need to be able to reach the guys I need to be able to reach. We'll just move as close as we can and see if we can manage that. Death from above. Can we hit anybody with this? Maybe we can.
Suits my purposes.
Okay, so we did our death from above. I think I can just do a normal attack. I believe. Cool down 1 second. It doesn't take it. Does it take any? Okay, it costs 2 AP. And so does our. So I think I just do. I'm not sure if the blade dance counts as an attack now. So we're just going to hit this guy. Hopefully we can take him out. We did not. We'll blade dance. That definitely killed him. Does that give us another set of attack from above? It does. And then I forgot to activate my surefire plan, unfortunately. It's not really. I should have activated that before. We would have got our charge back, but that's okay.
I'll pass.
And we'll.
Suits my purposes.
Yeah, attack the squad commander from behind. And I think that we'll just call that our turn.
Weapon at the ready.
Just do it.
The Imperium.
Follow my lead.
How's the Frenching going, Lyriel? Ass. And then Joel says, but the voices, you have to do the voices. And then Joel's telling me to do it. I'm sorry, Joel. I had my chat like went onto a weird screen for a second. Sorry, so I hadn't seen that. I'm really bummed that I couldn't attack that guy outside after I'd kind of like, I guess I missed my opportunity. I was really tilted, as Daedric would say. Cool. So the question now is just being able to even reach these freaking guys. They're so far apart, so far from us. I think I want to take out the commander before he has a chance to go. I'm wondering if I move up there, if I can hit him. Yeah, I can. Okay. Can I?
Anything else?
Okay, so I did the exposed weakness on him, and then I guess I'll try the Psychic Shriek. She's only just 10 damage, okay. That's fine. Maybe I can put the warning on Night Harrow so hopefully it doesn't take much more damage.
My faith strengthens me.
Alright, cool. So we could get Abelard up here. He'll be able to charge this guy, definitely take him out.
A tactically sound approach. That's not the Seneschal's job.
Oh gosh, the target is too close. Seriously? I moved too close to him? That feels horrible. Alright, I guess I'll just shoot him.
Indeed.
At least we got him, but I shot myself. Okay. Cool. That sucks. I'm like at half health. I'm almost down. Jeez. Well, you know, not going amazing, but
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
can you hit a couple of them?
Doubt
I
is for
think
the
we
weak.
can.
Each strike
There we go. Got a couple of them with that. Revelant Slaughter. The soldier immediately removes all winded effect. Removes the winded effect rather. To the end of combat, the soldier gains the following bonus: plus 10 ballistic skill, plus 15% critical damage, plus 5% critical chance. The ability becomes available after the soldier kills 3 enemies. The kill counter is not reset between rounds. Okay. Are those based on the number? I think those are based on the number of kills that she has. So I don't really think it matters, but sure, we'll activate it. We also have enough to do some of our special ability. So our Death Waltz here are like ultimate. The Blade Dancer uses death from above against a target enemy without spending a charge, immediately making a melee attack against that enemy. The Blade Dancer repeats this combination up to 3 times against random available targets. It is impossible to use death from above. The Blade Dancer only makes a melee attack against a random available target. Okay, so I don't know what the distance is on most of this stuff, but I don't think I can friggin' reach most of these guys. So I think what I am going to do is retreat.
Let's see how they
We're going to do a
respond
tactical retreat.
Already done.
Excellent. All right. Can I reach anything from up here? We'll see. Okay, so we can.
Was that you? Or
All right.
anything
I
else?
think she's hearing things. So we're just debuffing this guy, and then... Oh, can we zap him from here?
That is not my
No,
destiny.
we can't. It would be fun, though. Okay, so we'll just psychically
Not
yell
this
at him.
Scryer's job. No can do.
Oh, no, to line of sight. Okay. Well, that's lame. Well, we'll just do forewarning then, I guess. I'm just going to waste that turn. She has no line of sight to anybody. Her turn kind of got wasted. I keep wasting turns. It doesn't feel great, unfortunately. Alright, cool. We can use our charge here, so that's good.
Reduced to dust.
Nice. And then we'll use his ability to give him some extra temporary hit points. And then Argenta can go. Does she have line of sight if she moves to there? She does. Excellent. So that's what we'll do.
I'll do it.
Joel, thanks for dropping by. Let me know how I'm doing if you got any suggestions for me. Can we use
As
run and
the
gun?
Emperor commands,
Excellent.
I act.
I don't know if this guy's just so far away it's a problem, but...
Guided by faith.
Oh, we're out of ammo. That's the problem. Oops. Yeah, we're just chilling back here. We're not really worried about
Never
anything.
wavered in the face of adversity.
Follow my lead.
Alright, he should have plenty of temporary hit points, so that shouldn't be a problem. Can we do this from, like, anywhere? Yeah, we can. Okay, perfect. We'll just let these other two kind of finish this guy off as
Tried and
best they
tested
can.
Tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent. One fewer time.
There we go. We're done, right? Okay, cool. Whoo! Oh, is he injured? Does anybody have a med kit? Did I use them all?
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis.
Yeah,
and
I think
weigh
I
every
used...
step.
Oh no, we got a med
Sometimes,
kit.
though, you just fire your biggest cannon and
When
save
the faithful are idle,
We must act.
Ah, okay. Before I didn't have the ability to use med kits. Now I do.
Where were we?
Cool. I guess I must have took a lot of damage in one turn. So we got some flak vests. We got a scrappy auto pistol. We got a las gun. These seem worse than what I have. I'm trying to single shot or burst fire as opposed to the las pistol. Kind of seems like it only does burst fire. Laser weapons are effective against targets in cover and targets with high dodge. Laser weapons are effective against... Okay, so just the same thing. The range is much greater. That's it. Rate of fire is much higher. Okay, so the las gun seems legit. I think the scrap auto guns can be moved over. And I'm trying to look at the auto pistol here. It seems, you know, I guess it seems fine. And then we got a couple of flak vests, so. All right, that'll work. Let's make sure we upgrade everybody's setup here. So I have a las pistol on my back bar, but I don't even think that comes up because I don't know. I think because I'm dual wielding maybe. So let's check with Argenta and see what she's got. Okay, so she's got Unfading Valor, which is a much better weapon, so we're good there. I'm wondering if I should can I give like a las gun to Adira? Kind of seems like I can. Okay, I guess that's fine. We'll just, oh yeah, armor. Should make sure everybody has armor that needs it. So I'm pretty happy with light armor. This is medium. What is Argenta? She probably has something pretty good. Mesh plate, 25% armor, dodge penalty 0.75. Compared to, yeah, she has something better. Okay. And then she also has body glove armor, and then he probably has something better. So don't actually know why it wanted me to take these, and not put them into like the scrap or whatever.
No further.
More las guns. Cool.
I am at your
We'll see if we
service.
can give him one on his back bar, if that does anything. He needs like a shield or something, right? He's only got a one-handed weapon.
Victory awaits.
All right, more of the same. There's all kinds of swag in here. Just gotta look around for it, apparently. Pontius Cepheus Gelasius, on the training of the worthy servants of the court of Nobilite. A good major domo attempts to nurture only the finest of flowers in the garden that is their master's life. Therefore, new seeds of the garden must be weeded out with the utmost care so that the garden's trees may yield the sweetest fruit. The lessons below will help you separate... Oh, gosh. The lessons below will help you... Where are we? Lesson 1. A faithful servant always makes sure their mistress's rooms and garments are clean. Okay. Sure. I don't know why we're grabbing all this stuff, but
A new challenge for me?
it's loot. Let's grab it. Lore. Imperium.
That
Examine.
wasn't so difficult.
Okay. Statue of the famous Silixian sculptor and chronicler Xerius Vornin the Magnificent, 23rd year of this Imperium origin. Some swag in the corner here somewhere. At least it seemed like there was. There it is. Data crypt something. Okay. We'll just going around grabbing everything we can.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Okay. Intercepted conversation between officers. Tremendous honor, yes, but this promotion will the entire squad of the child's personal guard by the God Emperor. Well, you're a strapping lad. You will probably make it for a cycle or 3. It was worn down. It has worn down better man than me. What even is the point if your brains turn into mush? Let me rip out my eyes like Amos did. At best, I'll just go bonkers like that little shit stain that kept stealing our. Oh, what happened to that one? I don't know what's going on with these like weird communications, but sure.
None shall stand in my way.
Oh, accidentally paused it. I was like, why aren't they moving?
Over there!
I didn't hit anything, I swear. Was there a trap? Is that what happened?
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Meteor chunk, sure. Found some secret guns. Ripper auto pistol. Interesting. I don't know if it's like a high rate of fire. One-handed weapon is kind of what it seems like. Not sure. Who would want to use that or if it's better than anything else. It's kind of hard to tell. There's more swag here. Hopefully it's not just more notes.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Wonder if there's a hotkey to show you what is clickable in game, or if that's like against their like design philosophies. I can't find whatever's over here, or at least I'm struggling to. All right, just more small stuff. We're just gonna keep on going. I mean, heavy door is secured by a sophisticated mechanical lock. There must be a way to unlock it from somewhere else. Okay. Did we walk around here enough? Ah, there's another door.
Follow my lead.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Excellence matters.
Time to get a flesh sample.
Warp. If we'd been in real space, I'd have...
Spare me your wailing, witch. Every voice that sounds in your mind is a whisper of the archenemy.
We should deal with this.
Jeez, there's a lot of traps.
Victory awaits!
Why is it not popping up to be able to oh, I gotta follow the line. Interesting.
Should I divine our next step?
Okay, cool. So it's in the next room. That's
Over.
interesting. Where
I'm always ready.
are the other two? Oh, they're all here? I only see two of them.
We shall prevail.
Just looting bodies.
It's about time.
Steam looks a little sketchy, so I'd prefer to go around it. Obviously, there's some guys over there. Try some tech use here to...
The premonition runs true.
Nice. Guess we can see what's going on with these guys first. Did you hear the screams? Move. Sir, are you alright? We can't hear anything. Oh, God. Oh no, so you about to pass out? Now I see. You're in league with them. Is this an insurrection? Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors. Oh gosh. Okay. Sir, what are you doing? Get a hold of yourself, sir. And he just shot all of his guys. I know you're all traitors. Traitors, all of you. They told me. They whispered. Hey, who are you? All right. More las guns, more scrapper pistols, more flak vests.
A new challenge for me?
Let's see if there's any loot in here. Another data thing. And then there's something. Oh, there's the body over here. Okay. Cool. I think before we go into these doors, I think we are going to go back over here and see what's going on. Before we do that, I think I'm just going to take a brief bio, and we'll be back in just a second. I'm sorry. I came back and I missed the button. Missed the click. Thank you. Cool. The archive data stored in the Cogitator's local data crypt is partially corrupted, but you still manage to access the residual logs for examination. Welcome. So view Vox report, whatever this number is. It hisses, and for some time you hear a voice. This is an officer A282. Do you copy? Several generators overheated in the lower levels. Chambers A and D are unpowered. The tech priest crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back. The officer's speech is interrupted by shouts, and the recording abruptly ends. Officer A123 speaking. 200 servants have perished due to the explosive decompression of the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May the Emperor save our souls. Senior station officer, this is the captain speaking. We attempt to contact the Winter Scale sign for help, but something has jammed the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. A rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor. You hear me? Anyone? If you're in doubt, shoot to kill. Wow, okay. The rest are too badly distorted. Examine the recent entries in the incident log. Report X880. Originator classified. Date classified. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have the remains reprocessed. Okay. Report X886. Originator classified. Data classified. The negotiations with the Winter Scales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainers' resistance to the child's powers. I'm assuming this is the child without a kin, or whatever they said. Report X891 originator, classified, data expunged. Okay. Examine the station's docking log. It's almost completely corrupted. Identified, confirmed, Regent, Arento, Orcelio, data visit classified, reason for visit classified, date of departure classified. Okay. Examine the security and life support logs. Warning, danger, damage in technical compartment. Warning, living quarters depressurized. Warning, unable to access the station's docking system. Warning, energy regulation system, unknown error. The station will transfer over to emergency of power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. View the encrypted data. Require access level security captain or above. Current access level senior security officer. So we can try to use tech use to see if we can get this. We got a really high chance of doing it. We succeeded. We got a little XP. You easily bypass the restriction imposed on the sacred machine. The Cogitator's overloaded processors whirl unhappily. Yeah, a little bit of a hacker here. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but on a list of the most recent commands have been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness. Now flicks across the screen in a single creeping line. Child, delete, pick, flow, disable, access code, annul station, controls, delete, activate, shuttle, self-destruct, purge command log. Okay. Exploring the archive for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from the guard captain's report mentioning that the security system had recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, only the keepers of the station have access to the life support systems, but the keeper Theobald has not left the child's side, and neither have I. Could it be that... So, is that the other guy? I don't know. Return to the list of available commands. Cool, what do we want to do? Request the data on the station's navigators? Sure. So Felix, Celio, Theobald, or Celio, the only two that are still alive. The child location, upper chambers, biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated blood pressure, stress levels exceed the permissible limit, status unknown, error. Attention, calming procedure advised. Attention, upper chambers, inaccessible, error, the control rods is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact a station keeper or the Navis Laboratorium custodian. All right. Do we want... Main chambers control. The cogs within the sacred machine slowly start turning with heavy grinding and clacking. The Tart machine spirit grants you access to the station control, or at least its parts that still obey the cogitator. Open all doors on the level. The cogitator's vid screen goes dark as if the machine spirits have fled their mechanical casket, but your assumption is correct as it fills with static just a few moments later. They can barely make out an inscription amidst the flow of rapidly changing symbols. Cool. Warning, data corrupted, processing, error, and then binary. And then all my options are in binary. Am I supposed to repeat back to it what it sent me? Huh. This is hilarious. I'm just like picking. The cogitator takes a few moments to gather. This is like long binary strings. A few moments to gather the data. The station's active systems and produces the following message: protocol has been executed. The passage has been opened. Okay. I try a few more. You push a few more buttons to control, the system rebels and keeps resetting your commands according to the data the compartment you're trying to open is depressurized. It takes a few moments. It says the door has already been opened. And, okay, so I picked the right one the first time on accident, it looks like. Maybe. Oh no, I picked one of the bottom ones and something's happening. Cutscene. Oh, that did it. Okay. Cool. Okay. I think we're good. I think we can call this other station for help. No, it doesn't want to do it. Okay, cool. So I think we're done. We finished what we need to do with the cogitator here. If I computer programming, yeah, for sure. All these machines are kind of horrifying because most of them. I guess this one had a machine spirit.
None shall stand in my way.
Let's go through here. Hopefully we're getting close. That's why did the edges of our screen turn blue? Huh.
I rise to the occasion.
Synthetic ambiotic fluid pools across the floor. Barely discernible traces stretch the side opposite the entrance. Okay. There's a lot of data that we're grabbing. So I guess we are kind of hacking. What's going on over here? The caustic stench of reagents sears your nostrils and broken glass crunches underfoot. Somebody wanted to destroy the laboratory or find something. Okay. More goods. A flesh sample. You know, got to get all those flesh samples.
A new challenge for me.
Psi crystal. That's fun. Huh. We got a couple. We got acid. We got black water. And we've got biogel. Sure. Just finding random stuff. Okay. I mean, I guess what we got. Why were those guys guarding that?
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Hard to say.
Unexpected result.
Did I not do what I needed to do over here? Oh my gosh, I thought I turned on the elevator.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
We got through the door. Oh, we can apparently keep going this way? I thought we already went this way. Yeah, we've already been over here.
It's about time.
The Whispers told me a secret.
Okay, cool. We found some swag. But I don't really understand what we're supposed to do with all this. Oh, there's a door here. You doing all right, dude? They all just lost their minds. Please don't kill me. I mean, we're just, you know. Laboratory Journal H with some numbers. Experimental section, child's influence on the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium. Axis level, Arcelio T prime. Subgroup, lowborn male. Test subject exhibits signs of acute stress. The majority perished of blood loss within a day of being placed in the laboratory chamber due to the inability to halt the discharge of ocular secretions, tears, and the body's subsequent replacement of those secretions with the connective tissue of its internal environment. The individual with the greatest resistance to the sacred child's resonance died several chronoturns later. Extensive wounds to the abdomen, presumably inflicted by a jagged piece of metal. Death was caused by strangulation with the subject's own intestines. The subject's final shouts exhibit concerns over abominable tentacles and void worms. Jeez. Okay, so we got some child here. This is clearly supposedly sacred, but also doing some weird stuff. Transducer. Interesting. We can put some stuff in there. Transduce. Interesting. We got. So what do we got here? Data encryption connector. We have tissue flask. Navigator flesh sample, and mutated flesh sample. Why is there an eye on that? Is that just the symbol that's on it? Oh, okay. So we have a bunch of data encryption things. We don't know which one's necessarily the right one, I assume.
Follow my lead.
Maybe if I had paid more attention. Probably some biogel. And reagent flask, which we don't seem to have what we need. More and more servants are being influenced by the Immaterium. It has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winter Scale Dynasty. I strongly recommend finally grinding the reagents to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to those burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This calls for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing, the tech priest bless the data encryption. Okay, so this is telling us what we need to know. H41 OK for the calculated number of chrono turns. This means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. Okay, so H41 OK. Let's see what we got here. H41 OK. So we did happen to get the correct one there. For the tissue flask, it sounded like the mutated was doing something, but maybe we should read that again. So let me put that in inventory. So more and more servants are being influenced by the Materium. We discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winter Scale Dynasty. I strongly recommend finally grinding the reagents to catalyze the reaction. Okay. So, tissue flask. Okay, we took it out. I think we want to use the mutated flesh. Wait, did we succeed? Are we good? Did it just work? I'm really confused why it just worked. Or if there's something else that can be done here. I'm so confused. I guess we have it, so I should just grab all this stuff and go, but it seems like we could do something with it. But we also don't have the last item we need. Very confused. I guess we'll just grab these items and take them back with us. Huh. Doesn't want to come out. Does that mean it was the right thing? Okay. So yeah, it doesn't want to come out once you've got the right thing in there. I'm not sure what the reagent flask is supposed to be, or it's supposed to be in there. Or what the transducer is supposed to be. Interesting. There is some more loot in the corner. Do we missing something? Adamantium. Let's try that.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. Well, maybe we put all the stuff in that we needed, I guess, to be able to make the what we made. Hard to say. Hopefully it doesn't just pop up and offer us a dialogue to hand this guy the thing that we just made, because clearly it seems like he's crazy or evil, maybe.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Felic Orselio looks a little better. His tangled hair is now neatly braided. His wounds are tightly bandaged, and there is some healthy color under the scales of his cheeks. You dealt with a threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life. Adira suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deep into her shoulder. Then she starts mumbling. The crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood. Both lead to the accused eye. To the accursed eye, I'm sorry. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy, they fall at the slightest touch. One hiding a blind man, another a traitor. Tell me more. What paths? Who is who? Who do you see behind the masks? Thank you, everything is clear now. Thank you, I did not understand a single word. Ignore the psyker. Tell me more. What paths? I cannot say. One is made with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like the most. Ah, very Warhammer-like. Who do you see behind the masks? My whispers are giggling. Oops. My whispers are giggling nastily. They will not speak. The naughty little things. They say that tearing off the masks is your concern. Thank you. Everything is clear now. She nods tiredly and glances at Felloc out of the corner of her eye. This station has enough problems without your sorcery, Psyker. He waves her off and looks at me expectantly. I can hand over the key, keep the key, or have many questions about what happened at the station. You think they are worth the life of my mistress? Who is the child mentioned in the documents and reports found on the station? You meddled in something you should have left alone. The keeper folds his arms and shakes his head disapprovingly. The child is what the station servants call Lady Cassia, for the commoner's dirty mouths must not sully her name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they are still able to speak. The madmen I fought were convinced we were the traitors. Felloc gives an indifferent shrug. That's why they are insane. Will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dare to raise their hand against the science of a noble bloodline? The servants alone could be blamed for what happened on the station. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. I can say I trust you enough. I would not trust you as far as I could throw you, Felloc. Yeah, we'll just say that. It really is time to end this. He squares his shoulders and gestures to his guards. I was hoping to find an ally in you, but now you're merely delaying the sorrowful end of your story. Prepare to die.
Annihilate them! Purge them!
All right. Got 3 up top here. I think 1 in the center. And do we have 3 on each side? Kind of looks like it. And then, of course, this guy here. All right, so we have... So he's going to get to go first. Then one of his bodyguards. Then I'm going to get to go. So I think what we'll do is I'll... I can place it within a space of them. Yeah, I think I'll go over here, pretty close to those guys, and then Abelard will... Can I just leave him where he's at? Adira will want to hide her, I think, over here. And then the Sister of Battle, I think it's Argenta. We will move her to the far side, I think. Or as close as we can. Nice, get a bit of an attack of opportunity.
Fall back now.
Oh, great. He goes for Adira. She takes half her health. Not sure what that guard did, but didn't seem like he did anything. Cool. So let me see if I can do this correctly. Death from above gets charges whenever we kill someone. And then we can do our blade dance. So I think what I want to do is move here. We'll make sure to activate our surefire plan. Then when I do the blade dance, should be able to take Oh, these guys have more
Another
HP than I
clean strike.
thought. Okay, he wasn't quite able to kill him. Pretty sure I can take one of them out if I just do a cleave.
Not a problem.
If I'm
Nothing
lucky,
of
I guess.
value has been lost.
Excellent. And then I can now port around a bit,
All too
I
easy.
believe, and hit this main guy, Felix. Can I do it again? Yeah, okay. I
Suits
think I want
my
to do it and try to
purposes.
take this guy out.
Opposing me was
Excellent.
your biggest mistake.
That worked. And I think that's my turn. We'll just call that. That's pretty good.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Oh, jeez.
Moving out.
They have shotguns and we stood near each other, so they're blasting both of us.
I've suffered worse.
Gosh, that's not good. Okay, this guy still has to go. He's got 23. These guys are decently strong. Trying to take as many of them out beforehand before they get a chance to go. So I think it's just this guy. So we'll analyze. Let's see what kind of armor and stuff he has. So he does have a little bit of armor. Can probably take that all the way down. I don't know if we can do enough damage to him to kill him, unfortunately. We will try our Psychic Scream, though.
On it.
Yeah, not quite. And I don't really think there's anything else we can do besides the Forewarning, which
Will do.
if we're going to give to Abelard, hope he doesn't die. And maybe we should give it to ourselves so that we don't get knocked out.
I must not falter.
We'll see.
Not my worst day.
Jeez. Abelard is at 1 HP.
Follow my lead.
This could be the end right here, guys.
Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath.
We're at a tactical disadvantage.
Gosh. Yeah, this is not going amazing. Okay, so we got these guys over here. Man, there's a lot of them. Can I charge it?
I
Yes.
will do my duty.
I think we'll just do another straight attack.
An exemplary strike.
Nice. He's almost down. Oh, do I have another
Someone else
charge
can do
attack?
this.
No. Okay. And then I think we'll just
It will be
endure,
done.
give him some temporary HP, and hope that is enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. Spoiler alert. Hey, cool. The guy tried moving away, so we got an opportunity attack and took him out. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to move as close as we can. We don't have any charges to take them out. That sucks. Okay. Well,
Nothing I can't do.
yeah, I mean, there's nobody,
Absolutely not.
nothing to do here. Couldn't quite reach anybody. I thought I'd be able to use one of these abilities to, like, teleport over there, but I guess I didn't have any charges. Maybe I didn't use it correctly. I don't know.
Weapon at the ready.
Time
Jeez.
to prove my mettle.
Another voice to join my choir.
Well, I'm downed. That's great.
Cover me.
I think I can hit 2 of these guys with her lightning arc. Yeah.
Anything else? But of course.
No, it only hit one of them and didn't do anything to him? That sucks. Oh, man. This might be it, guys. This might be it. I don't know what else to do.
Follow my lead. Such is their
Yeah,
will.
this is going to be it. This is going to be how it ends. There's no way. There's like 4 of them.
Fortune has found me.
Well, we're out. Journey is over. What will you choose to proceed with honor and delete your save, or continue the game with the possibility of receiving? There's only war achievement and a special reward. Well, our mission here is over. I guess we're done. So I think we'll delete this save, and we'll just have to try again some other time. Well, it was a short one, guys. We'll come back to Rogue Trader. We will keep playing a bit more, but our journey here is over. So we'll call it here. I'm going to be streaming some more still. Here, I'm gonna take a break for a little bit, and I'll try to put some up, at least on YouTube, so you can see. Probably about 6, might go like 6 to 8, and see if we can get into Ashes of Creation. So if I can't get in, then I won't post anything. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry it was a bit of a, not it's super epic ending there, but we're through. So I guess we'll catch you guys soon. Thanks everybody. Thanks Glenn for tuning in. We'll catch you guys later.